Hello and welcome back to CraftCraft. This game has been just so fun. So I'm starting with just a voiceover this time around. I played the actual game after work one day and I just wasn't feeling talking. So I watched a movie or something while I played just so that I had something to do, but yeah, so I found that when you start the new game, or I guess no, when you continue a game, it just brings you to the last bit of the day before. So I was just catching up, reading the newspaper, because I don't think I had done that the last time I played. But here's that newspaper if y'all wanted to read it. I didn't find anything of interest, so we just went to end the day. Tells you all your stats, and then you've run out of golden guilders to pay your crafters guild dues. Back to apprenticeship for you. Remember, customers are more likely to tip generously for quality goods that meet their needs. So I spared y'all the details, and I started over. I had to remake my character, which is really frustrating, and I had to start the day over, but I left this in with Anders. How might it be of service
Day
today?
Watcher, please. Day Watcher Anders,
I think
please
I could just
make
about
your
manage a sword.
acquaintance.
Day Watcher.
The sign in
Hello,
the
Day
window
Watcher
said
Anders.
you can make
Swords are practically my
swords.
specialty. I think that's what I wound up going
As
with.
a new inductee to the Day Watch, I am required to fill this scabbard with a rapier. Standard style, nothing too fancy.
Apologies, Day Watcher. Do you mean you'd like to commission a saber? I swear I've seen other Day Watchers around Windspell before, and they all carry sabers.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I must say, I came here to buy a rapier, not to be questioned.
Day Watcher Anders, if you would indulge me, can you describe the sword you
Certainly.
want?
About 3 feet long, with a gentle curve to the blade. Only sharp along the one
So not the
edge
kind of
and
first
a
sweeping
few finger
strikes
lengths
then, rather
wide.
than thrusting.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad.
See.
So we're agreed. You'll forge my sword? I need it quite soon. I'll be marching with the morning
If
patrol
you would wait here,
just
I'll step back to
tomorrow.
my forge now and get to work. Okay. So the reason I left Anders' story portion of it in is I did things a little bit differently with him. I chose to not give him a rapier, and I gave him a saber instead, which you'll see in just a moment. Because I figured I clearly made him so unhappy last time, giving him the rapier, which is what he requested. I needed to go in a different route because I made him so unhappy. So the saber works out really well. He likes it much better, and it's exactly what he wants, which you'll see that in a little bit once I finish the sword. But yeah, isn't it crazy? Like, I don't know who told this man that a rapier is what he needed. I think someone at the academy or something was joking around with him. Yeah, I'm just sharpening. Here you can see I did a little oopsie. I think it's coming up here. I over sharpened that one section, and I was frustrated. I thought about starting over with this one, but left it. I know I kept saying, but I really hope we can get some updated equipment, because these things take a while sometimes. Like that sharpening. Oof, took some time. Here we are, we have our second piece of iron. We're gonna make our hilt now. Here's our hilt. I didn't go with anything crazy, but I did get this hilt guard for him, which I think was really fitting. I mean, aside from it being in the name, I feel like it gives off very guard vibes. I feel like all of these guardsmen have that. Maybe it's just standard with them. I don't know, maybe it's just what I see in media. But here we go, we're hammering. I also feel like I just got much more in the groove with this patterning, the mechanic, I guess, of the hammering out.
That was quick.
Yes, and I finished
Let's
your
have
sword.
a look. Ah,
So you can see here
look
that,
at that.
my little oopsie definitely cost me some points here with him, but you know, it's totally fine. I
Oh
did my best.
The quality, the balance, the edge. This is perfection, my friend. You maintain this level of quality, and you might just end up as a supplier for the watch. Eh?
Always happy to serve
You have
the
a good
guard.
rest of your evening. I will see you out and about the town, I'm certain.
See, we made him so much more happier. See how happy he was? Very pleased.
Oh, aren't you precious?
Thank you. And the same to you.
What? Yes, you. Aren't you the most precious thing? I haven't... Charming. Well, you're obviously an animal lover.
What can I help you with?
First, apologies for my... My name is Mana. As you've no doubt noticed, the spell winds have made for
Are
some
owlcats and
very
pigeon possums not the norm
interesting
everywhere?
fauna here. Shockingly, no. Nor are the moth hounds or dragon toads, or any of the other menagerie. So, I founded the carnival to help care for such creatures where they need it.
What a wonderful cause.
Part of what we do at the carnival, I've had my tomekeeper Salius run the numbers. An animal with a nice
And you'd like me to make those calls?
Yes, I would. Collar tags, that is. Now, the catch is, frankly, this would have to be out of the goodness of your... Yes, that's my pitch. I need 3 collars. I'll give you the tags. That all looks suitably whimsical and cute. To account for the different animal types we may need to accommodate, I'd like one to be spooky, one to be handmade, and one to be elegant.
Of course I'll help you out.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this helps.
Okay, so I also left this in here because there was just some minor other details that happened in this playthrough versus my other playthrough. I'm just taking stock of what I need, kind of planning out the collars and things. What I didn't show earlier that I cut out was I have already purchased all 3 collars for the tags, knowing I would need it. So I'm just looking for materials here in the alley. Didn't find anything, so I already grabbed stuff. Went out to the forest again, and I don't think I found anything in the forest. Again, I'd already gotten things from the forest. I've already gone scavenging. So everything's just already in the drawers. So I'll go back to the workshop. Figure out who I was starting with. I don't remember who I did, but just grabbing my collar. Gonna attach. Yeah, we'll do glimmer wings first. And oh my gosh, I think I wanted hers to be the elegant one. I'm just taking stock of the things that I have. This last time there was a lot of butterfly wings, like I think that's a moth, and a lot of like flowers. So I'm trying to figure out, what I need to do. There's a lot of mushrooms too. Mushrooms were big in this run through. I just pop over to the tavern. Andrews was here as well, polishing his badge, but I wanted to see who this friendly face was.
Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you again.
Belen, how have you been?
And thank you again for your work on that knife. It's a good quality piece. And how about yourself and your shop?
I think they're both going well, but we'll see if that feeling translates into making my rent.
Right, that's Windspell for you. It's all good until the money's. At least you found yourself in the finest tavern in the whole town.
It's an interesting crowd to be sure. Seems like everyone ends up here, huh?
Yep. Noble or gardener, everyone ends up in here for a drink. Glad you found your way in here.
Do you frequent it? If so, I might have to make a habit of dropping in. I was trying to figure out what this little heart lock is. Out of curiosity, I did it. Ah!
Oh, gosh. You're going to make me go redder than my beets. You mean that for real?
Of course, you check all my boxes, kind, earthy, and you were my first customer after all. Just thinking that second lock would stop it.
You're pretty nice yourself. And you make a
And I
mean
opted
knife.
not to stop the romance. I had no idea there'd be romance here. Kind of wish I was recording like in the moment, because I was so giddy. I was so thrown off. I didn't think there was romance in this game. But of course there is. And just look at him. He kind of cute, in a little farmer man kind of way. I think I had gone.
I've got to get
here we go.
back to my place, but next time I see you, we'll talk some more.
See you next time.
You ever have one of those days?
That's every day for me.
The most obnoxious pigeon just insisted on ordering a
Oh,
black.
how I feel your pain. But what's for sale today? I don't know what I thought I was looking for, but I didn't find it here. You'll see too that I've been clicking through a lot of the audio. Mostly, again, just because I've already played these portions of it. So I just want to kind of get through it. And there's no other way for me to bypass everything. So again, just taking stock of what characteristics I need for the collars, figuring out what I have, what I can do. I think again with the glimmering one, I was trying to go for elegant, but then also whimsical and cute. I think I wound up going, doing that big butterfly right there in the middle, and then just framing it with some of these other things that I have. There's some gears that I collected. I think I incorporate some of the blue, maybe. See how indecisive I was with everything? I had no idea what to do. I think that's a little flower bud. Yeah, I think that's what I wind up doing, is this little pattern here. So I was just going through, gluing everything down. I think I was trying to be a little bit more careful with my gluing this time round than last time, because I don't think I was very careful. Glue these little flowers in. I thought they were cute here on the opposite corners of the tag. Finished that guy. Grab another collar. We're doing fire paw this time round. I think this one we were going for the handmade, so I just kind of went with a little kind of blue theme for it. Just grabbing some flowers, everything and anything blue. And just figuring out the layout of everything. I think I wind up not using that butterfly wing, but I did get 2 of these like little flower bud things. So I put them kind of on either side of the rose, and then I thought about doing the same thing as with glimmer wings and putting them on the tag itself. So I did all the corners of them. And then I liked how those little blue flowers had, like they were facing a specific direction, so I went with it. And tried to match their positioning as best as I could. I'm just going through or gluing everything down. Got the outer flowers first so that the middle one, the rose, stands out and is more on top of everything. And then you gotta get everything out of the way so you can glue them down. And last but not least, we've got blood beaks, and I still got that big fish, the entire fish. So I was like, oh, definitely with this guy, you know, that one just screams blood beak. I don't know. It just screams spooky. So I was looking through all my stuff. Still collected a bunch of bones. I went with that as the theme for this guy. Just the dead, decaying bones. Just getting the layout of everything for the bones. I'd be interested to see how everyone or how other people do this, because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just flying by the seat of my pants. So I was looking for something else to add in. I did have this, I think it's a toenail, which is kind of gross, but I thought it fit in. I really liked that last time I found the eye, and I think I was really disappointed that I didn't have it this time around. But so now we're just taking everything off again. We're gonna glue everything in. And honestly, you just went all around the collar with the glue. I wish the glue would do more. I wish it would spread. I wish I could just click and drag instead of having to click every single time for a tiny dollop of it. But it works, you know. I get what I need from it. So now we're just positioning everything back where I had them. You gotta put more glue on top of these bones. Make sure there's plenty of glue to go around so nothing falls off. There goes the toenail. I think that's it. It looks great. Off it goes.
Yeah! Hello! Sorry. Giving so... What can I say? Oh, and speaking of gifts, I'll take a look at those collars.
And I still couldn't get those 2 above 5. I don't know what I'm doing
These
wrong.
are
Somebody tell
exactly
me
what I was
what I did wrong with
Oh.
those. I thought they looked great.
And I think you're... I must get these...
Don't worry about repaying me. I helped because I wanted to. No pressure. I look forward to seeing you around, though.
Duly noted, my friends. I wish you both the best.
Alright, so this is our end of day 3. This is where I left off, I think, last time. So now we're into new territory and new characters. Let's see who our first customer is.
Hello.
Welcome back. Hello again, Saskia.
Oh, good. You remembered.
You're quite memorable, or I remember all my
I
customers.
suppose that's an advantage to these little shops. You get... Now then, I'd like to commission a sword. Something
Got her getting a sword.
functional, but charming and somewhat refined at the same time.
Will this be for yourself or a gift?
Why, both. A gift to myself. I'm actually quite an accomplished competitive sword fighter back in Spindlegard. I favor the broadsword. I've seen so many interesting swords during my brief time in Windspell. I thought it a brilliant opportunity to pick one up for myself. And, well, after the lovely work you did on my necklace, your shop came to my mind right as the fancy took me. I'd like something elegant, but also cute. It will help throw my opponents off their guard. We're all so used to mass-produced factory swords, they won't know what to make of me.
What do your factory swords look like? I'll try to make one very different. Cute, elegant. I can do that. Any other special requests?
I think that...
I'll get right on that. I love that she's a swordswoman. Of course she is. I feel like everyone kind of has to be, you know, in this little world. But I'm so excited to make an actually cute, good sword. Let's see, so we're just getting our steel. I think this one was steel. I do wish it would tell you what kind of material they want for it, like ingot, or yeah, what ingot they want, the steel, the gold, the iron. We picked our sword. Here I'm just debating, do I want to do this sword cute or elegant? Flip-flop it somewhere. I think I did settle for this. Oh no, did I do the elegant one? I love these. The heartthrob. Oof. So cute. And just so iconic. Like her. I had to. Felt like this sequence went on a little bit longer. And it was a little faster. But I did it. I got it done. Look how cute this sword is. I love it. You can see here I've learned from my little oopsie, and I'm trying to do the whole sword in one. Hopefully this helps. like here you can see my internal struggle of the ends are getting sharpened quicker than the middle is, so you gotta be a little bit more careful. So we grabbed an ornate ingot for the hilt. Gotta warm it up. Pick our weapon, our sword, our hilt. And this is where I went with the elegant one. Yeah, I went with this one, thought it would match the heart a little bit. See, this one's even faster. It'd be really fun to see how the different ingots behave further down the line. I know there's ways to upgrade and get like gold or something, or I know we have steel, but here's our sword. Here I'm just checking, making sure it ticks off all of the boxes that Saskia wanted in it. Looks great. Moving on, giving it to her.
Hello again.
Adorable, but always hungry. The best assistant I could ask for.
Oh, and I see you have a sword with you too.
Here I was just crossing my fingers. I think it matched everything she wanted.
Amazing work. I thought the fix you made to my necklace was stunning, but I see you can do even more from scratch. Gosh, this is nicer than I ever would have found in Spindlegard.
I aim to please. Why, thank you. The benefits of custom made over factory, I suppose.
Yes, decidedly more expensive. But you get what you pay for. If it's not rude to ask, does most of your commission go towards your materials or the cost of your time?
This was a hard question to answer, but I went back and forth with telling her the materials versus my time, but honestly it's a little bit of both. I thought I would throw in with the pet food, so I think that's what I wound up going with the rent and the pet food.
Interesting. Thank you for indulging me.
Any other questions?
Now that you mention it, I'll likely be in Windspell a little while longer. Do you have any recommendations for places to go?
You could do worse than wandering around town and looking at the taverns and cafes. There's a lovely alley behind my shop. The forest outside of town is lovely, just don't go so far that you stumble into the barrows. I was confused on the wording of this one for the tavern.
That will be a welcome change. Industry hasn't been kind to the forests around Spindlegard Prime. I'll give that a try. Thank you. See you around, I'm sure.
Come back anytime. I love her. She's so nice. And she's so pretty. Oh, this guy was fun. Hello? Can I help you?
I hope so.
How can I be of service?
A polite one. You have a nice shop here. I don't find my way into Windspell much. It's always so cramped, so dry.
Thank you. I thought it was actually damp, but with the harbor and all. I see what brings you all the way to Windspell from... I try. Are you looking for something in particular? Thank you. I thought it was actually damp.
Dry compared to the swamp, I suppose. I would like to buy an axe, please. A sturdy one that won't succumb easily to rot.
can definitely make axes.
My name is unimportant. I barely remember it myself. Now, about the axe.
You said something about not succumbing to rot. Yes, rot proof, right?
I suppose a bit of background might aid you. I tend to several mushroom circles in the swamps south of Windspell. The spore gods are always hungry and always growing. Sometimes they grow beyond what the land can give, and it is my duty, as their priest, to cut them back. In return, they favor me with bounteous crops and their blessings, and allow me to live freely and comfortably in their territory.
Sounds like a lovely relationship you've cultivated.
Yes, it benefits all and harms none. It is bad on axes, though. When cut into, the stalks tend to puff out all manner of juices and spores, and they'll eat through a normal axe or saw in a matter of weeks. I have been buying the same sort of simple iron axes that the woodcutters use, thinking that a giant mushroom has about the same dimensions as a pine tree. They aren't working well, though. But I believe I've been led to your shop for a reason. Led by the spores. Perhaps they think you could bring me something big, nasty, and raw for the stalks.
Iron is well and good, but I could certainly use something else for you. I imagine the half takes almost as much abuse as the head, based on what you say. Mushroom proof axe. Check.
Much appreciated, my new friend. I might wait here while you work. It's a bit, noisy outside. I can barely hear the spores.
So this guy was a really fun character. I love that he just sits out in the swamp and just chops down mushrooms. It's been a very mushroom heavy playthrough for me. Maybe not so much for you guys because I cut out a lot of it, but I collected so many mushrooms. So I feel like I'm overflowing in them. And I think coming up soon, I go back and I collect more mushrooms. So I was just figuring out where and what I needed to do for him for this axe. So I started with the head of the axe. You can see I backed out of everything. The anxiety really got to me. I was like, oh shoot, what do I need to do? I went into the tool thing, maybe thinking maybe there was something else in there, just looking to see what's what. But went back to the axe, started with the head of the axe, looking at all of the options. I went with the woodcutter. I thought it was kind of fitting. And again, this one's just so much quicker than the iron is. It's kind of crazy. But once you get that pattern down, it's kind of easy. I haven't had any trouble with this portion of anything. It's nice. It's kind of relaxing. Look at that beautiful axe. I love the little leaf on it. It kind of looks like a little garlic bulb. I know the leaf is totally different from garlic, but the little white portion there, the decoration. Gotta get you all sharpened up. And then we can make the handle. I will steel again for it, just for consistency's sake. Again, just getting my bearings on what characteristics I need from it. Weapon, axe, and then here I was debating the handles, but I figured since he was doing big giant mushrooms, I would give him this long handle. And here I went with this ominous one for the raw and nasty. And I chose brutal because he's kind of brutal with his words. He was maybe not brutal, I guess, but he was very gruntish. Probably just because he's so isolated out in the swamp. He doesn't get to converse with people so often. He's just socially awkward, like all of us. Aren't we all just a little socially awkward? But here's our axe for the, what did they call him? Like the mushroom priest? He didn't give me a name. So just checking again, making sure I got the right characteristics. And I was like, okay, yeah, the big nasty raw. That's one more time, checking it, making sure everything's right. One swamp friendly axe as requested.
Let's have a look.
It's nice and sharp. It matches his request.
Oh my. How wonderful. The spores positively thrum about me with excitement.
I'm glad to have set them thrumming.
As you should be. You'll find no stauncher an ally than the nameless gods of the mushrooms. Speaking of which, I should return. I can hear them crying out to be harvested now. And this time, I won't have to worry about replacing my axe a few days later.
Should probably still scrub it off when you're done.
Of course. I keep a very tidy hovel.
I feel like everything I did, I insulted him. Stole my best, but I couldn't keep him 100% happy, I don't think. Oh, this guy. Welcome. How can I help
that
you?
That remains to be seen. Again implies that I already gave it. But my name is Mailrath, and I am the Chief Starkeeper at the Academy.
Nice to meet you, Mailrath. What are you looking for today? A Starkeeper? That sounds interesting.
Straight to business, is it? I suppose I can appreciate that. Refreshing.
Him too. I was having such
that
trouble with this guy.
While performing a ritual under the recent celestial
Very
confluence,
standoffish.
I accidentally scraped one of the sigils from my astrolabe.
I assume that has a negative impact on your spellcasting.
To put it lightly, even my most basic astromatic cantrips have malfunctioned. You are a creature of the air. Imagine being in flight, and the sky, the stars, being wrong. That is what it feels like.
Would you like me to try to touch in a sigil? I'm sure I could fix it for you.
Are you? Are you really? I hope so, because this is very important to me. A gift from a long time ago. Fix it, and I will make it well worth your while. You may reuse what materials you need, but please maintain its ornate nature.
Crafting challenge is always worth my while. Wait here. Alright. So yeah, this guy was very, very standoffish. Hard to please. Just hard to communicate with in general. But yeah, here we are just removing the things that need removing. Realized all of these things, my materials that I pulled out earlier are still, they're in my way. So just putting things away where they belonged. Got my screw, my spoon, and then there's a bone there lying around. Okay, and now I have a clean work area. I'm just removing all the things that it wanted of me. And I wanted to make sure I didn't get confused on where everything went. So I kept everything, like these little sigils, I kept in their very respective corners. Just to make 1000% sure that I wasn't going to confuse where they went, because I couldn't really see the details. I was just reading the instructions there. I didn't know if I needed to make a new one, but I took this to the grinder, buffed this out, made it look brand new. Look at it, shiny. We went ahead and put that one back, and took this scuffed up sigil as well and gave that a little buff as well. Made it look brand spanking new. And then we're just putting everything back where they belonged. So I do like that these things snapped into place. I didn't have to glue anything down or do anything weird to them, but it's all finished.
Ah, you're back.
I am, and I've fixed your astrolabe.
I rather think that I should be... Well, let's see it.
Again, very hard to please, very hard to get through to.
Oh. How did you... It's not just good as new, it's the exact shape I received it in.
I hope that you're not actually shocked that I did my job. I told you I strive for perfection.
Yes, of course. Of course. This is truly marvelous work you've done. You should be proud. And I should be apologetic. My behavior and attitude when I stormed in here were both inexcusable, especially for a Star Keeper. Thank you for producing this work in spite of that.
That's okay. This astrolabe is obviously very important to you.
It is, but that isn't an excuse. This astrolabe was the last gift of a dear friend of mine before they ascended.
I so badly wanted to ask what that meant, but I didn't want to make him more mad than he
And I've done my best to keep it in the same condition as when they gave it to me. But life can't help but leave its little scars, can it?
Sometimes those are what add character. What do you mean they ascended? That friend of yours, were they just a friend? Here, you can see me debating. I really wanted to click that
is a nice
middle
thought.
one.
But they also serve to add reminders of how much time has passed. What you have done is not just repair an object, but return me to a time when they had only just left. So, thank you.
Think nothing of it. You're welcome.
You're quite gracious, and I will remember that when next I require the services of a skilled crafter.
Thank you, that means a lot. Please let your colleagues at the academy know too.
I certainly shall. May the stars lead our paths to cross again.
So he was just grieving. He wasn't being a jerk just to be a jerk. And I'm glad he apologized. And so here I just went back to the forest looking for more things to forage. I found a mushroom, so I took it. But there really wasn't a whole lot else here. I was really hopeful, but yeah, things don't spawn quite rapidly here as I thought they were. I was going to check the back alley too, and there's a few more things here, but not a whole lot. And it's a lot of the same stuff that I already have, which is fine, but I would like a variety, and I would love for this to be refreshed a little bit more frequently. I went to the tavern directly from here. I'm just going through my options. Wanted to chat with Belan, but I was so nervous. So I went with the merman.
Ah, splendid. I hoped I would find you again soon.
Hi, Count.
Again, I must apologize for how I approached you earlier. That was not at all becoming.
Don't worry about it. I work in commissions. My skin is nice and thick now. It's okay. Let's start fresh.
Yes, quite. How have you been? How's the crafting?
Well enough, thank you. Steady stream of commissions and happy customers. Going well anytime I find it dragging. I just remind myself I'm not having to worry about color coordination for the gala. I won't lie, it's a hard life, but I find it fulfilling. Well enough.
That sounds, nice. Quite nice. A bit on the grimy, blister-making side, but nice. And do you like it here in Windspell?
I like it well enough. I'm still settling in. I love it here. It feels like home.
I see.
Remind me what brings you here again. How do you like it?
It seems nice enough. Very small, very... look, if you're going to get offended if I say dirty, I can tell. But there is a lot of dirt. Quantifiably so. Other than that, it seems nice enough. Not at all what I expected. I could actually use the help of a trusted local.
I don't know that I count as a local yet. I'm flattered you still trust me.
Please, don't make me blush in a crowded tavern. To be candid, the second family seems to have all but purchased leadership of this town from the first family. Meanwhile, the third is content to maintain their lighthouse and retain a monopoly over mariner work. And the fourth, well, I understand they were mostly brutes and vagabonds who stole their way into wealth and now provide the muscle for the adventurers and guards. Would you say that's all fairly accurate?
That's pretty close to what I've placed together in my first few weeks here. I'm hearing most of this for the first time from you right now, but it checks out. I truly don't know one way or the other. I'm sorry.
Good. My intelligence seems to be correct then. And by intelligence, I mean interminable court gossip. Can you think of any weak points in the political infrastructure here, or the tensions between those families?
I need to think about that, maybe become a little more familiar with the town's workings. Before I answer that, what are your intentions for Windspell?
Yes, of course. I'm in no rush. I feel that I've imposed too much too quickly. Perhaps we should take a break for now.
Yes, a breather would be good. I'll see if I can come up with anything helpful for you in the future. In the meantime.
Appreciated. And I will try to bring something helpful from my side as well.
Poor guy. Yeah, I didn't want to lie to him, but you know.
Why, hello again. Fancy meeting you
Here's
here.
our prissy pigeon. Fancy meeting you here. Oh, hi, Anders. Hi, Day Watcher.
I always come here between patrols.
I keep picking the wrong choices with this
What
meat,
brings
honestly.
you down here?
I needed a break. It looked friendly. I was getting bored.
I can't blame you. Can't imagine getting all grimed up as often as you crafters do.
That's not quite what I... Never mind.
Anyway, anything I can help you with?
Is there much crime in Windspell?
Just pickpocketing and the odd robbery. Nothing too violent. I suppose that's a good thing. Just makes the job a bit boring. I thought I would have stopped at least a few bank robberies and saved a stagecoach or two by now.
I'm actually happy to hear you haven't been involved in any violent incidents, Answers.
That's very kind. Thank you. If that will be all, I really should finish my meal before
of course.
it
Enjoy.
cools.
See you around. Thanks for the chat. I'll leave you be. And then Belen whittling in the corner.
Oh, gosh. Hello again.
Hello, Belen. So good to see you again. How have you been?
And you as well. Obviously, I mean. Well, I've been well, thank you. Better than usual, actually. For, obvious reasons.
Oh, obvious reasons, eh?
And how about yourself? I hope you're keeping well.
I'm so busy I can barely keep my day straight. Busy but good. I like the work. Put it like this, I look forward to these tavern breaks for more reasons than just seeing your face. Busy but
I hope
good.
you're taking care of yourself. You want me to stop by and drop off some soup? Can't go wrong with soup.
Is it drop off some soup? That depends what kind of soup. You're very kind, Belen. I'm fine.
There are a few who would, I hope. Look at me, though. Talk. What do you want to talk about? Oh, well, I got a nice crop of sun-touched tomatoes coming in. They're bright white with golden seeds, real popular. Good supplement to the groundskeeping. When you get to be my age, though, you learn to let things come about nice and slowly in their own time, if you get me. Now, my turn again. Don't take this the wrong way, but what's a fancy, talented crafter see in a simple groundskeeper?
You seem kind and caring, and that's worth a lot. I like someone who knows how to work the land.
Well, shucks. That's real nice. I appreciate that. Might have to go and sit with that a bit. Not in a bad way. Just,
Look at him
you know,
blushing.
digest.
I understand. I'll see you sometime soon. It's been good to catch up. Let's do it again soon. Ugh, he's so sweet. There's nothing here that I want. So we're gonna go back to the workshop. Put away the things that I collected. Got a couple gears. A spoon. Some screws. This looks like a piece of like pottery or something, and another screw, and our mushroom. I thought this was the same mushroom that I grabbed before, but they're just a tiny bit different. I'm just moving everything down. I was curious to see what was in there. There's a little worm in there in the trash can, because I'd never used it, so I thought I saw something. Yeah, sure enough, a little mushroom, a little bug. So here it had me go back to the tavern,
Ah, splendid.
and it's
I hope that
making
we
me
find you
go
again
through
soon.
the interaction with this guy again. I don't remember his name. Viracondas.
Again,
So with
I
a
must
slightly
apologize
different
for how I
options
approached
this
you.
time around with
That
him.
was not at all the kind.
Just to see what
Yes,
more
quite.
or different
How have you been?
information I could get
How's
out
the
of
craft
him.
union? Ah, yes, I can see the appeal, I must admit. The constant balls do wear, don't they? And do you like it here in Windspell? I see. It seems nice enough. Very small, very... look, you're going to get offended if I say dirty, I can tell. But there is a lot of dirt. Quantifiably so. Other than that, it seems nice enough. Not at all what I expected. I could actually use the help of a trusted local. Close enough for me. To be candid, the second family seems to have all but purchased leadership of this town from the first family. Meanwhile, the third is content to maintain their lighthouse and retain a monopoly over mariner work. And the fourth, well, I understand they were mostly brutes and vagabonds who stole their way into wealth and now provide the muscle for the adventurers and guards. Would you say that's all fairly accurate? Good. My intelligence seems to be correct then. And by intelligence, I mean interminable court gossip. Can you think of any weak points in the political infrastructure here, or the tensions between those families? Oh, nothing nefarious, if that's what you're getting at. Just trying to find opportunities for investment, patronage, so on and so forth. I feel that I've imposed too much too quickly.
I
Perhaps
kind
we
of
should take a break.
regretted picking that option and knowing that that was the last one that he would remember.
I look forward to it.
But can't go back now. I'm just checking the forest one last time. I thought maybe because it took me back to the work or to the tavern, some things would happen. I don't know, things would change. Clearly they hadn't. There's nothing new to scavenge. So we just went back and we ended our day. Here's the end of day 4. Gotta survive for 7 more days.
Greetings, crafter.
Welcome to my shop. Greetings to you as well. How can I help you today?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Night Watcher Umbrasine. I am not here in my capacity as Night Watcher, of course. You are not in any sort of trouble.
And here I try to be funny. I try to joke with her. It didn't.
I like to set people at ease early. My parents are soon to celebrate their wedding anniversary. I would like to buy them a gift.
Can you tell me a little bit more about them? That might help me finding a gift.
As you have no doubt noticed, I am a Shadekin. My mother is a shadow elemental, and my father a human. They met when my father ventured into my mother's corner of the forest in search of a lost lamb. It was love at first sight, and and it has continued just as strong for all these years. I would like to commission matching necklaces for them. Something in the shape of a lamb or using wool to mark the occasion and reason of their meeting.
What a thoughtful gift.
Thank you. I thought long and hard on it. I know it's an odd commission. Their happiness is priceless, of course.
I love making odd things. So just sitting here now trying to figure out how to make these pendants, because I've never done that before. This is new territory. So off to the workshop. Seems like I have to go to the tavern. I have to get some supplies, but there's people here that need to chat with me. I think, yeah, I wind up talking to them.
Good to see ye, Crafter. That armor ye made me has done its job well. And how have ye been? It feels like an age.
Jealous of you getting out in the high seas.
Only someone who's never sailed would find the prospect exciting. Just wait until ye have to scrape salt rime out of your eyebrows. Or kraken ink. Ugh. The fishy smell never fully rinses out. Barnacles and brine. Listen to me, flapping jaws. What can Omni Cracket's Bane do for you? I'm not buying ye round before ye ask.
A quick question.
I've got time for one, aye.
What's the strongest monster you fought on the seas? What do you think of Windspell? It's the most interesting place you've sailed.
The Ninky Nanka, methinks. Like a dragon bred with a hippo, eyes that drain the life out of ye. Had to fight with a mirrored shield and me eyes all bound up. Hope it was the only one of its kind, to be honest with ye. Wouldn't want to go another round.
How bizarre. I guess I'll try not to worry about unless you stop commissioning a reflective armor.
Reflective armor! That would have made the fight easier. Plus, I wish I had ye around then.
Thanks, Benny. I'll let you get back.
Thank ye. Be seeing ye, Crafter.
We can talk to Mailwrath too.
Crafter, good to see you again.
How Mailwrath? How are things? Good to see you too, Starkeeper.
Just Mailwrath is fine. This is a rather informal setting, after all. And how goes your crafting?
Well enough, thank you. Busy. Always busy. Not gonna lie, I've made some weird things.
I can well imagine. And
what?
can I help you with something else?
I actually did have a question for you, if you don't mind.
I suppose I could spare a moment for you, out of gratitude.
What's the academy like? What do you think of Windspell?
It's a quaint little town. Peaceful if you can stay above the perpetual dramas of the four big families. For what it's worth, I think the first family should have stayed in charge. They were quiet and kept to themselves. Exactly what you want in leadership.
I guess that solid leadership would suit some.
Now then, if there's nothing else...
Thank you for your time. Here's where I regretted.
Sorry, I'm a bit busy today. No time to
Not
talk
asking
unless you're here to buy
a
or
Benny
sell.
the same question. I didn't realize they would correlate back to what the barnacle, I don't know, the count. The count was asking about. Alright, back to the workshop. I got the supplies I needed, got my sticks and my 2 necklace cords. I say sticks, I forgot what they're called. But so we got a craft a pendant. We use the ornate ingots. Warm her up. Hammer her out. Oops, dropped it. Go to jewelry. We can do a pendant. And there's no options for this, and it goes fast. I'll be ready. I think it would be nice if in the future you could choose the style of the pendant. I know later like you get to decorate it and make it personal, but I think here choosing how it comes out would be really nice. So I wind up going back and just making the other pendant, knowing I'm gonna have to anyways. So I figure if you could just sit there and be ready for me, that way I'm not having to do this part of it later. Just get it out of the way. And that way I can just focus on the decorating part of it. Alright, we're gonna leave that there, and then we're going to, I think we just gotta get this thing. Trying to see what pattern I wanted. So I went with this guy. Yeah, this was just kind of confusing. I wished the pattern would stay while I moved the pendant, and it just didn't. So I positioned it back, and this guy like formed all of the shapes of the metal here. So I'm just overlaying it where it needs to go. Just kind of tedious work, just a little puzzle. It's cute, I love it. The last couple pieces. This is its tongue, I think. The eye. Alright, and then now you just glue the absolute bejesus out of it. So just going in all of the attachment spots, kind of where everything touches itself. You went to pick it up and things didn't they like kind of glued where they needed to be, and then most didn't. So clearly I did this wrong. But like some stuff glued to each other. So now I'm just moving everything off to the side, so that I can recenter the pattern on the pendant. Like here it's kind of I think I'm a little off with that leg that's already placed, but so we're just putting more glue on it. I'm sure it'll be fine. That's where I realized and recentered the pattern. And now we're just putting everything back onto the pendant. Making sure everything lines up. That last piece on the eye. And we're all set. It looks great. I think she's done, making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Looked like that was it. So you just attach your necklace and then slap it in the bag. Move on to the second one. Grabbing the pendant that we made earlier, putting her down. So I wanted to try this new one. Looks like it's a ram's head. So I thought about putting the glue down first. I thought better of it just because it seemed like that would be confusing. So I wound up moving the pattern off the side, putting all the pieces on there, making sure everything is where it should be. And then later I would move the pattern onto the pendant itself and then just transfer the pieces. It seems like it's a lot of work, because it kind of is, but it made sense to me just to ensure that everything would fit and I wouldn't be confused and like accidentally set something down where it shouldn't have. So just making sure everything's in its spot, getting everything where they should be. Last little piece. Alright, and then we move it onto the pendant, and then we can put the glue on. And see, I kind of try to be a little bit less messy with it. It still got a little messy. I mean, it's glue. You're crafting and it's glue. It's gonna get everywhere. There's nothing you can do about it. The crafters out there will side with me. So the pattern fell. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did that made it change like that, but the pattern like fell down, or like it went under the level. Got it fixed. I'm just putting everything on the pendant. Alright, well, while I finish this last one up, I'm just gonna start closing out here. This is the last character I make. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's pieces. I missed pieces. Oh, wow, wow, and I gave it to her like that. Oh my god. That's terrible. Matching lambs. I got it so wrong. Oh geez. I thought I could do
This isn't quite what I had in mind.
his and hers. Is there something I could have done differently?
Well, yes. But it's a bit late for that now.
So I thought I got everything fixed with the pendants. Apparently I hadn't. I guess it just didn't record that portion of it. I don't know what went wrong. Um, I can tell you for a fact I definitely went back somehow and I fixed the pendants. But clearly that's not shown here. But I did save it. This was, I think, the only customer I had this day. But for now, while I figure my videos and everything out, I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all don't forget to subscribe. I am new to the YouTube world and the the social media, the recording world. I don't know. I'm new, and every little bit helps. I'm just trying to grow my little platform. If y'all could help out, just like, subscribe, leave a comment. If there's anything I could do to make your watching experience better, just let me know. I don't think in the future I'll do the voiceovers, or I'll try not to as much. I don't think I enjoy it. I feel like things get lost here and there, and it's just harder for me to keep track of. But this was a fun little learning curve. I'm glad I did it. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your night.